to Pasadena and the majestic Rose Bowl, one of the unique settings in all of sport. This year's Rose Bowl, presented by Prudential, is a crucial part of the college football playoff. We are through the opening round of this year's playoff, and now the pressure is mounting in the quarterfinals. A matchup between one side that's had time to rest and recover, and another team that's battle-tested, already off one playoff victory. As we'll see the number 9 seed in this playoff, the Florida Gators, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the Oregon Ducks. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Chris Fowler here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. We'll see which team's going to be moving on.
Now it says mute microphone.
All right.
Okay, are we good?
Well, since y'all didn't hear me, we are here live from the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl out here in Pasadena, California, as Oregon's going to kick it off to Florida. I am joined in the commentary booth by Electric, and sideline reporting from the Big Ten Network coverage sent us Joker for Oregon, and the SEC Network sent us Jackson for Florida. So, Electric, talk to me about the who's going to come out on top here, and what are the keys to victory?
The keys for victory is somebody got to stop them on defense. You know, one of these defenses got to come up, because both of these offenses are very high-powered, very, strike heavy. So in order to win this game, your defense has to show up really, really big in order to make it to the next round to play against Miami.
Yeah. We see the RPO bubble screen that Florida often likes to bring up pretty early in the drive. They go to it on the first play, and they get a gain of 6. So around the league, there's not much to update since the last playoff game, aside from Tennessee knocked off Penn State in the ReliaQuest Bowl, and I think, did Alabama and Virginia Tech play?
No.
No. Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna leave that one up to chance, as Nothota Akert, he's gonna fight for the first down, not get it. It's gonna be 3rd and inches.
Yeah, and I mean, this is going to be close right here. It's 3rd and inches right now at your 35. You need to, get this first down. You cannot, play against Oregon and you have a stop and they get a stop already on you.
Yeah. See Lagway going to hand off the ball up the middle. He's got some space. Webb breaks the tackle. He might go all the way. Webb to the 10, the 5, touchdown Florida Gators. And they strike first blood here out in Pasadena. So a big 3rd and inches run. Webb breaks a tackle and takes it to the house.
And, I mean, that was, you wanted to just shoot for the first down. But, I mean, hey, why not a touchdown right there? And that was a really good run, really good break tackle. And he just kept going. Good job.
So they will kick this ball back off to Oregon. Not a lot of time left, or taken off the clock, rather, as the Oregon Ducks will not take it out. So this is impressive for the Florida Gators. The stadium's split in half, and it's a long drive from Florida to Pasadena, not so much for the Oregon fans in attendance. But the SEC fan bases do tend to travel pretty well as we head down to Jackson after that touchdown run for Florida. What's the atmosphere like on the sideline after that big play?
Yeah, it's all serious down there. Coach Escobar just making sure. Still a long game as.
Oh man, big run for Whittington.
But yeah, it's too early in the game to celebrate too much. Escobar's just telling them down there to stay locked in.
Yeah. So there you go, Noah Whittington hitting it right back at him for Oregon. We'll get a fresh set of downs here. Ball at the 49-yard line. Moore going to send a man in motion. That's McCray. Moore going to hand the ball off to James this time. James going to get stopped after a gain of 3.
Yeah, and I mean, that's really good right there. It now is a 2nd down and 7.
All right. Going to go guns formation once again. Both the running backs in the backfield. 2 wide receivers out to his left. Dante Moore going to check towards the left sideline. He's going to send a man in motion again. McCray goes in motion again. Hand off to James once again. Breaking tackles and gets the cold shoulder by Graham, but it is 3rd and short. And we saw how a 3rd and short play can blow up if you're Florida. We'll see what Oregon can draw up here to try to get this first down.
Yeah, and I mean, this is another team that has that running back duo. You know, Oregon, really good at having these, you know, running back duos between Noah and Jordan James. So they're going to motion a man to the right right here. 3rd and 2, you know, much needed right here. And he
that's
gonna get it.
8 up for lunch. Tyreek Sapp in on the stop. And now decisions here for Coach Mayhem. 4th and 3. Do you test the waters? Do you go? We'll see if they come out or they send the punt team out, because I do think this is too deep for a field goal, especially at the collegiate level.
So now you got to play games earlier. Yep, here we go.
I mean, Oregon sitting here. They're the #1 overall seed. Florida just hit him in the mouth. They don't want to leave this crowd empty-handed. So Moore, he is in the backfield by himself. Florida shifting the defense around. And timeout for the Gators.
Yeah.
So Coach Escobar didn't necessarily like what he saw there with Moore in the backfield by himself. He's going to give him some time to think about it, but I don't think Coach Mayhem's changing his mind, and he will not, as the offense will stay on the field.
Yup, and they probably had to pick out, you know, what they want to play on defense. And now with a 4th and 3, this would be a very important part in this game to see what would happen if he do get stopped.
Not a bad timeout, Moore.
Yep,
he's got the cross. That's Evan Stewart, his first catch of the day, and it's going to go for a gain of 15 on 4th and 3. Pressure almost got to Moore there, but Stewart able to break across just in time to get the catch in the first down.
Yeah, man, and I seen that en route throughout the whole way and see it get guarded and then just, you know, broke wide open for him. So good job on the patience and waiting there for the, you know, for the en route.
All right, Moore going to line up the backfield by himself again. Maybe they saw something they liked on 4th and 3. They want to try it again here on 1st and 10 as Moore going to motion to the right. He's going to hit the tight end there on the stick, and he's going to get pulled down after a gain of 6. That is Kyler Casper, white as a ghost, as he is going to get the ball down to the 22.
Yup, is now 2nd down and 4. They playing really, really wide out, and we've seen this so many times from Oregon. You know, one wide receiver to the left as they get
Moore
sacked.
is going to go down. That's a combination sack. Collins and Sapp in on that one, and now 3rd and long here for the Oregon Ducks as they're going to they're going to send 4 wideouts to the right. Moore going to drop back to throw. Moore got the crosser, and it's knocked away. Almost got it to Stewart, but a good play by the defensive back. And now some more decisions. Do you kick the field goal? It looks like that's the decision that'll be made.
Wow. I mean, that right there was either a pick or a catch for a 1st down or a pick 6. Great job for it to not be a pick. And they're going to kick this field goal, and that was barely
going to get in by the left upright. So we'll go down to Joker on the Oregon sideline. You get some momentum back there, but what's the staff telling defensive unit to adjust on before they head out to the field? Yeah. So Lagway going to line up in shotgun formation. He's got 3 wide receivers out to his right. He'll hand it off once again, and that one is met head on by Platt. Braden Platt, the freshman linebacker out of Washington, comes in, and Florida has a loss of 1 on 1st down. So 2nd and 11. Lagway going to line up by himself in shotgun formation in the backfield. He's got Boardingham and 2 wide receivers out right, 2 wide receivers out left. Lagway going to drop back to throw. Lagway going to take the cross underneath. That's Pope. Mason Pope makes a man miss. Mason Pope doing it to the Oregon Ducks. 1st down, Florida.
Mason Polk. What a name from the freshman. What a name. We've been seeing, you know, a lot of people having some interesting names all around the league, and there goes another one right there. Is it going to go run this ball?
RPO Wilson will get a gain of 2.
Yep.
On
I'm
that
for
one.
sure
So
Eugene Wilson, my fault for cutting you off. I know Eugene Wilson was a wide receiver at one point, right?
Yeah, he converted to running back in the offseason. He's a 99 overall, but he has not had the season you would think on the ground especially, but some struggles being a converted wide receiver the first round pick has had. That will take us to the end of quarter number 1 with the score of Florida 7, Oregon 3. And we see they flip the field, and we'll get ready for this second quarter here.
Right, it now is 2nd down and 8. I mean, Florida, you know, they didn't really drive down the field. They really just got a really good, you know, run and, you know, scored an instant touchdown. So, seen a little bit of what they can do, but, you know, DJ Lagway making a couple of adjustments before he hiked this ball, and
play
he
action
just
fake,
got
and
drilled.
he is blown up. The Oregon defensive line, one of the best in the country, and Elijah Rushing, the standout freshman out of Arizona, is able to get on that one. So Florida has a 3rd and long here. Let's see if the Ducks can get off the field.
Yeah, and I mean, this is probably what you didn't want, you know, from Florida, but you just seen about 3 to 4 guys right in your face. I mean, that is pretty crazy is right now, you know, making more adjustments.
Here we go. That is Oregon showing blitz. Do they send it? They send 5. Lagway going deep. He might have a man jump ball and knocked away. Good play by the DB to get it out of, I believe, that is Mizell's hands, as Florida will send the punt unit out.
And I mean, that right there was a really good play from Oregon. Really good defensive back, you know, just making the swat down. And now it's going to be the punt return.
Big hit there by number 5 on the punt return. As you see the interception leaderboard, 3 of the top 5 in the country are from this Oregon Ducks defensive unit. So they get back to their old ways there, forcing Florida to punt. This defensive unit has been very stout all year. As we see Dante Moore lead the Ducks back out. He's got Whittington to his right in the backfield, 3 wide receivers out left. Moore going to send a man in motion, and he will take the snap, drop back to throw. Moore on the crossing routes, got the 1st down, and Moore makes a man miss and pulled down at the 43.
Yeah, and I mean right there, just a missed tackle, not really a missed tackle, but just a missed pursuit, and then a really good juke move that he juked for about a quick 3 to 4 yards. Got a man to miss on that. That was good.
Remember, they can hurt you with their arm as well.
Well, here comes more. Florida sends a safety down here. They've got 3 wide receivers. Casper in motion once again, the tight end. We'll see if they do anything with him, as Moore with Whittington to his left, going to hand it off to him, and that one was read pretty well, but Noah fights for it, and he's going to get 5 yards on that. That could have easily been a loss.
Yeah, and I mean, that right there is, wow. Just a missed tackle. It's okay, though. We all missed tackles before. So, I mean, you just got to work on it. Next play.
Next plays, we'll see what Oregon can cook here. McCray in motion. Oregon likes to send a lot of motion here early. As we see, they got 2 out wide, 2 out left, as James going to run over a man and then get drilled for a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, and I mean, that right there, he just showed you, even though that linebacker was coming around to hit him right there, he just got absolutely plummeled by the running back. Yeah.
So we see power I formation, Moore under center. As Florida comes out in a similar look, they're going to motion Velling out wide. Maybe they get a matchup they like out there. Play clock now under 10. They got to snap this ball. And he's going to do QB sneak, and he's going to be stuffed. So now some more decision time, as they are about 9 yards out of Grant Meador's range. So decisions. Do you punt this football, flip the field, knowing your defense got to stop? But he's going to go for it here.
And
on 4th and 1.
Yeah, and I mean this is about three. There was about 3 key points, well, actually 2, on this going for it, and this is gonna be one of them key points again.
So more Florida in press coverage. We'll see if it works out for him here. QB run, first down.
Wow.
So Moore takes the QB blast for a first down there as Oregon will get a fresh set of downs on the Florida side of the field now.
I mean, you got to be honest. That was a really good play call, and nobody was expecting a QB blast coming from that formation. That was a really good play call.
Oh, good throw by Moore, throwing darts right outside of the linebacker's grasp as McCray, he's got some injury concerns, but we will see him make the catch, and now Oregon down to the 20.
Yeah, and that was not good right there. Well, not good for McCray. A little hurt, but I think he still might be able to get on the field a bit. If not, they're going to be able to sub him out. Motion to the right is Evan Stewart.
And good read by that defensive end coming off the edge. That is Kelby Collins once again wreaking havoc as he sees the fake. He gets off the block, and he goes and gets James in the backfield for a loss of 2.
Yeah, I mean, 2nd down and 12.
And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So Oregon's done a good job of shedding time off the clock as they do get this ball back to start the second half. So they will be in pretty good shape if they are able to punch this in the end zone. As Moore has the running back to his right, going to send a man in motion once again. Steps back to pass. Moore gonna take off, and he throws an interception. It looked like he wanted to run, last second decision. He tries to get greedy and toss it over the linebacker. Doesn't work, and now Florida has the football.
Yeah, and that was a really good pick by Florida, and I just couldn't believe what they did right there. That was really good.
So we'll see Lagway here. Going to take the quick shot of Isaiah, and it's intercepted. And this one is going to go all the way back. Taunting at the 10 and diving in the end zone is Roderick Pleasant. And Oregon has the lead back-to-back. Huge momentum shifts in this ball game.
Yeah, and I mean, that right there was another one that was pretty crazy.
I know Coach Pablo's kicking himself for that one. So Oregon gets the touchdown in a rather unconventional way. We'll go down to Joker. Joker, what's the vibe? The defense has been able to step it up, and they are able to put Oregon in the lead with that pick 6.
So here we go. First play of the drive, under 2 minutes before halftime. Here comes a handoff.
As we see Wilson, he's got some blockers. Wilson going to go for big yardage, pulled down on the other side of the field. I'll send it down to Jackson. What's Florida doing differently? What's the approach here on this 2-minute drill?
Yeah, I think they need to get the run involved. We saw right there they had a big run, and on the first drive they had a big run, and I think that's the key to unlocking the pass game here.
Wilson's got the speed. He gets the edge. Wilson down near the 20. Back-to-back huge runs for the projected first-round pick, Eugene Wilson. And Florida is now in the red zone.
Yeah, and I mean, that was really good, and they've been able to, I don't know how he was able to get,
the linebacker, that's Platt again. So they do back-to-back runs. The third one, Platt finally picks it out. He reads it perfectly, and he gets in the backfield.
Yeah, and I also wanted to say, Devon Jackson, their best middle linebacker, is hurt throughout the whole playoffs, so he is also another big factor, so that's why Platt is in.
And they're going to throw that bubble screen to Akert again. Akert makes a man miss. Nasty spin move, and timeout Florida. So 3rd and 1 here Florida needs a yard to keep this drive going.
Yeah, I like the way you said it was only one guy. No, he made 3 guys miss right there. That was a really good spin move. And hopefully they'll be able to get the first down right here with that.
We'll see as Lagway checks out wide. And he's going to go to Pope. Pope makes the grab and he's in. Touchdown, Florida.
As he going to hit the gritty right there. You know, Mason Pope, really good out route right there. That was really good. Great job for them great job for DJ to put it right on the dot for the end zone.
Down on the sideline, I just heard Mason Pope say he swerved and bent that corner.
Well, I mean, that's one way to describe it. So 17 seconds left. Let's see what Dante Moore can. Let's see if Dante Moore can get something cooking here for the Oregon Ducks. They do get this ball back to start the second half, but obviously not ideal. Your defense giving up a big touchdown drive there by the Florida Gators as Moore going to drop back to throw. He's looking downfield, going to the sideline, and he overshot him.
Yeah, that right there, I know he hates that. I know the coach was probably looking like, oh, come on, Dante. That's a ball he would have, that's a ball he always hit. And no pressure, you're sitting in the pocket, cool, calm, and collected, and you just don't make it. That is not, that is not.
Although that might have been for the better, actually, as that route was double covered. So that might have been a pick. As Moore going to drop back to throw once again. Pressure coming off the edge. And it's an interception. Let's see if they can take it to the house. Oh, my goodness. I don't care. You win or you lose. You buy that left tackle a steak after this game. That is a touchdown-saving tackle. Assuming that Florida can hit this field goal, that's a 4-point tackle right there. So you've got to give that man his reward as we see timeout try to ice the kicker.
Yeah, you're not lying about that right there. I mean, you was just talking about picks, and he throws one, and that tackle, if they... Oh, this is not good. They hit the kicker.
The kicker, but I think they might just take their points here as time is going to expire. So Florida takes a 17-10 lead into the locker room over the #1 team in the country. Well, we'll go down to Joker first. Joker, were you able to get any comments out of the Oregon coach heading in the locker room? Yeah, and I'll ask the same to Jackson Altman. What's the vibe for Coach Pablo right now?
Yeah, they feel good about the way they're playing. Just gonna try and keep doing the same stuff. Keep with the run game, keep with the RPO game, and try and milk some clock off of it. If they can get a stop right here. Getting a stop here is most important for him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dante Moore on second down, going to drop back to throw. He might have the crosser. He's going to go deep.
Pick.
Hey, it's a dime. That's a Dante Moore throw, more like it, as Ryan Pelham makes his first catch of the day, the big freshman out of Cali, playing in his home state. And Oregon is on the other side of the field now.
Yeah, I know. I called out a pick, but he put that ball right on the spot where only the wide receiver can get it. That was a good throw right there by Dante. That's what they like to see out of him. Coming back from that pick. They go motion man to the left. And
Moore going to try to take off, and that's going nowhere. Kelby Collins with the sack.
Yeah, so...
I've noticed, and I don't like to be the commentator that calls out open routes, but he's had a couple crossers that have been wide open this drive, and he's just not taking it.
I think he want to go for a big play, That's just how it is. You, as a QB, you want to, sometimes you want to go for the big play, not just take checkdowns every time.
Oh, the middle. Oh, Dante Moore is come out of the locker room, and he is on fire. 2 absolute dots. just out of the reach of the DB there. The dive from 22 and then 18 coming up trying to make the play, and Moore puts it right on the money.
And, I mean, that's what I was talking about with QBs. They want to make that pass look good. And Jordan James is going to run that ball, only a gain of 1. But, you know, back to, you know, that Dante Moore pass, you know, that's what QBs want to do sometimes. And so it won't work out. Sometimes it do, sometimes it don't. So it's kind of a throw up in the air. Is it going to be a motion to the right? And it's going to be Evan
in motion,
Stewart.
trying to get outside. Good job by that DB to keep him on his inside shoulder. And now Oregon has 3rd and goal from the 5. We'll see what they can draw up. Evan Stewart had a pretty unproductive first half for his standards. He's got 2 catches, 17 yards so far here today.
Yeah, and I also wanted to, you know, punch on that. Glad you did. You know, Evan Stewart, he's just not been, and that's their key of winning too. And that's a touchdown right there.
They
Oregon.
hit the crosser for the touchdown. Jack Velling, the tight end, and Oregon's an extra point away from tying this game.
Yep. And usually in Oregon wins, you know, we see Evan Stewart. We've seen Evan Stewart so much. And in this game, the fact that Florida's been able to limit him to only 17 yards and 2 receptions is absolutely exceptional, you know. Outstanding, exactly, you know. And that's what they need to keep doing.
Yeah, you see Florida offense heading back onto the field. We'll see what they could draw up here. Tie game. Stakes are getting higher and higher. I'm sure that every mistake is going to be more and more costly as Eugene Wilson on the delayed handoff. Well, might have been an RPO, but he's going to get the first down.
Yeah, and he was fighting at the end. I don't know if you see, but that is 3 Oregon players right there. 4. And he still fought through with the lineman pushing him. So Eugene is showing y'all right now that he wants this badly.
Making sure to push it real good. Pushes the pile for a first down. Oh, dangerous throw! And Akerd makes the grab. Wow. That's a great grab by Michael Akerd. The DB was quite literally on his back, but he's able to hang on for a first down.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. And then he broke off the tackle. That was grown man strength right there. Oh, and my
Wilson,
goodness.
Oh, tripped up. Braden Pitt once again. Platt. Sorry.
Platt. Yeah, you're
We
good.
know a guy named Braden Pitt. So 2nd and 10 here for the Florida Gators. We'll see what they got. Lagway lined up in the backfield by himself. Oregon going to shift the defense around a little bit here. Lagway going to make some adjustments. He's going to check out to the sideline. Drop back to throw. He's got the man over the middle. That's a crosser. There's Mizell. His first catch of the game. And Florida's inside the 15 now.
And that's another player right there that usually has a very high production rate. But right now, they are slow. They don't have it yet. So that's good.
Oh, that run play was blown up. The RPO, that was the right read, though. That DB had jumped the screen. So 2nd and long here for Florida. And this is often more than not, the struggle of teams in the red zone. You run out of room to throw the football. You really, especially when you've got a good receiving core like Florida that's just able to run past everyone. Well, there's nowhere to run here on this side of the field. Is Wilson going to get the screen pass? Wilson! Oh, it looked like he had green grass, but 16 drags him down.
Yeah. I mean, you was correct. It looked like he had green grass, and he did have green grass in front of him. Cutting back up, he just couldn't do it quickly enough, and 16 ran him back down. That was a key tackle, too, because that was a gain of 7. There's been multiple key points in this game where, you know, key tackles and 4th down conversions came up big.
And the RPO is blown up there by Aiden Breland. So now the field goal team will come on here. This is not an easy field goal from the hash mark at the 12. Kick is up and away, and the kick is good. So Florida retains the lead here, or regains the lead here, rather, 20-17. But that's a big stand for Oregon.
Yep, that definitely is. Running that RPO and only getting only a small gain, and that's what they came up with, only a field goal. And Oregon is probably really glad to stop that right now.
Yeah. So let's see. Dante Moore. We'll see what Oregon can cook up here. Now down 3, touchdown takes the lead, field goal ties it. They go to Whittington out of the backfield, and the DB is able to pull him down after a gain of 4.
And you see, like, I think you see it from everybody's average in these games. Dante Moore, you know, his average of 5 passing touchdowns, 400 plus yards, and having a really good completion percentage. He still has a really good completion percentage right now of 9 of 14, but yeah, it is very late here, so I understand the yawning, but
even though it is late, we have entered the later stages of this game. It is the fourth quarter. Final 4 berth on the line here as we will go down to our sideline reporters. First of all, Jackson, what does Florida need to do to hang on to this lead?
Just need to keep doing what they're doing. Oregon's been able to move the ball when they don't throw a pick, but even if they score right here, you're probably going to get the ball with a couple minutes left, so keep doing
the comeback route. No, they say comeback. They say that route's like your ex; it always comes back. So we'll go to always Joker on the Big Ten sideline. Joker, what's the mentality here for the Oregon Ducks?
Just wow.
The offense operating at peak efficiency. Come to the line again. Pre-snap motion from the receiver.
Right. You might cut out, but I think you were trying to say Oregon might start chewing clock. That is a good point. Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do. So, you know, if you're Oregon, in an ideal world, this definitely could be the last possession of the game as handoff goes to James. James makes a man miss, and now you're well within field goal range. So, yeah, I would definitely see the chew clock button go on, and we just try to take as much time off this clock as possible if you're an Oregon Duck. But that means Florida's defense has to stand tall here. They need to get a stop as soon as possible to ensure that they have enough time to cook up a response as running back goes around the outside, pulled down. That's a good start. Just pulled down at the line of scrimmage by everyone's favorite strong safety / TV sitcom star, Dexter Morgan.
Why these names?
They call him the killer out there, and that's for more than one reason. I've never watched that show, so if I got that reference wrong, I apologize. But 2nd and 10 here. They send a man in motion. Clock ticking under 4 minutes now. Moore goes to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. McCray, the guy who had to come out of the game with an injury, scores the big TD for the Oregon Ducks. And with 3:37 left, Oregon has taken the lead.
Yeah, and with that, your yawning is now catching up to me. But, I mean, with that, that actually caught me off guard because I thought Dante was going to throw it to the running back to the right side of him. But he throws it to the, wheel route, and that was a really good read.
All right. Well, 3:37 here, not the worst thing in the world for Florida. They still got plenty of time. Oregon could have ran that clock down a lot more than they actually did. So we will see what Florida can cook up here. Need to get in the end zone here. Field goal really doesn't do anything for you. We shall see. Lagway hands it off up the middle, and there's the defensive line of the Oregon Ducks. So they get a gain of 1 on the play. I think you're going to have to get a little more creative than runs up the middle here.
Yeah, and I'm for short.
Yeah, I was told my mic wasn't heard on the stream for the past 30 minutes, so should be good.
Oh. Okay, well, if y'all have been missing the wonderful insights of Always Joker, they've been really good. As Lagway tries to get away from the sack, and he's going to get pulled down. So 3rd and 10 here. Florida is now in crunch mode. You have to pick up this first down.
Yeah, you have to. So, I mean, here, that he broke off that sack, which was pretty good, but he ran into another defender, which was pretty bad. And you ain't lose that many yards, so It's cool.
There's Lagway on the
wow.
and he overthrows him. Oh man. So what do you do if you're the Florida coach? This first down's going to be really hard to get. But if you punt this football, game might be over. We'll see. He's going to bring the punt team out.
Now, I like to say
And
from my
he will
perspective,
punt the football. So we know Coach Electric. We know what his perspective would be. That punt's going to take a good bounce.
That was a good bounce. But my perspective, man, I'm sorry. That throw was bad, but I'm going for it there.
Yeah, I'm going for it too. I don't.
Sadly,
and if they score, they score. See, if they score, they score. But I want Lagway. I want my best players to be able to make the plays. I want it in my control.
Yeah, you want the game to be on the offensive side in your hands, not here.
And there's the crossing route. Stewart hangs on. We saw that linebacker almost baited him there, but it's going to be 2nd and 3. But yeah, I mean, if you're Florida, you got to live with the decision now, right? That you might not get this football back. As 2-minute warning.
So, I mean, right here, yeah, you're correct, right? I get that. So, what I do know from personal experience that you can, if they get a first down here, you do not have to call a timeout exactly if you're really good at driving down the field for the touchdown. At least one timeout, which is the very first one, and then you have to call timeouts from now on, from then on.
And they got to go to the crossing route again. They've been open all day. First down, Oregon, and now I think this is the down set you gotta get to stop. You gotta get to stop if you're Florida. So I think timeouts will be called after each down here if they're unable to get the first down. And I think if you're Oregon, you gotta start running this football.
And this is what I meant. So the time is going to tick down. If you don't want to call the timeout on the first try, and for sure it would tick down to around 50 or so seconds. So it's all up to, the coach if he thinks he's really good at driving down the field and scoring.
You see the wide receiver get it. Stewart pulled down after a gain of 4. So not a bad first down gain for Oregon. They're 6 yards away from winning this game.
Yeah, and that was really good right there from Oregon's side. But from Florida's side, they needed a no-yard game, They needed them to try to see if they can pass this ball at the very end, and that's not really good right now.
So we will see more lining up in a more wide formation here. Play clock ticks down under 5. Dante Moore going to hand off. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 6. This is the game here if you're the Florida Gators. Season on the line. Can Oregon get 6 yards? I don't know what they're going to draw up. I think what you should look for if you're Florida, probably look for a lower crossing route. They seem to have been open all day, but we'll see what they do as he's got 4 wide receivers bunched out right. More. Florida showing 3-man front. Moore dropping back. He's going deep. He's got a man. And that will probably do it. Casper comes down with it. And the Oregon Ducks are going to avenge the loss in the real-life Rose Bowl. And they're going to come out here and get the job done against an upstart Florida team. And they will go to the semifinals to play those Miami Hurricanes. Big sigh of relief there. Not trying to recreate the performance the Oregon Ducks put in real life as the number 1 seed. And he successfully does it here today. Roderick Pleasant gets player of the game for his pick 6. And we will go down to the field for Coach Mayhem's post-game interview. So, I mean, first of all, we got to talk about Moore's kind of struggles through this game. He missed a couple of throws, but then he comes out in the second half and just starts throwing darts. What was the talk like with him at the halftime break to get him locked back in for the second half?
Yeah, Dante, everyone loves him, man. No one else I'd rather have than Dante, and Made a couple mistakes early. Just got hit as he threw on that one. But we just told him going into halftime, like, hey, man, this is your team. You know, we believe in you, and, you know, don't go out there and rip it, man. Just go play football. And I think he did that in the second half. You know, he wasn't afraid and made some big throws when it counted, and that's why we love him.
All right.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you, Jose, because you just went quiet. I'm going to go ahead and ask Oregon a question. Man, what an ending to the game. How do we feel overall coming down to the end? I know their heart was beating fast. Don't worry, I know that.
Yeah, I mean, it was intense for sure. I definitely, you know, look at the defense. We threw that on third down because if the defense would have had to come back out there, I was totally confident that they'd get the stop. They always come up when the moment counts, when the stars shine the brightest, right? So, you know, just playing aggressive, just playing our game, you know, not trying to do too much or do too little. Just go play Oregon football and sling it and, you know, make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess that's all the questions we have for Oregon is that they will look on towards those Miami Hurricanes out of the ACC. I don't know which bowl game that is, but that game will, of course, play the winner between Kansas State and Ole Miss. So each power conference, I believe, has one team in the Final Four.
Yep. It will be Big 12, the
Fiesta
SEC,
Bowl.
Big 10, and the
Fiesta
ACC.
Bowl
Yep.
for Oregon
Yes.
and Miami. So I'm sure that'll be kind of a home field advantage for the Ducks once
I believe
again.
all these teams are the teams that got the bye, right? 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, and 4.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I mean, it makes sense once you think about the game of football and how taxing it is. You know, when you get a bye, that's a big advantage. But of course, in real life, that wasn't the case. But you know, nevertheless, we'll go on down to Pablo Escobar. So you get a tough loss here to end your season. What are the things that you can build on going into next year, even the mistakes you made here today?
Well, I mean, we showed flashes throughout the entire game. We moved the ball well, besides the one turnover, and then the stop at the end. Lagway missed the throw that would have been a first down, and who knows what would have happened on that drive without that missed throw. But I mean, yeah, I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. Electric.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, what was the game plan coming down to the exact end of the game?
You talking about not going for it on fourth down?
Yeah.
So my thought process was on third down or on second down, I had a play and I had square open over the middle, but I was getting hit as I seen him, and I was afraid I wasn't going to risk turning it over there because I had a play on third down that I thought should have been a first down, and then Lagway missed him, and Lagway had a little wear and tear, so that's why I didn't really go for it on fourth because I was afraid of him missing the throw again, and then I was just going to let him get a breather in case we got to come back out there in offense again, but it's not how it went down.
Yeah. All right. Well, since both our sideline reporters have left, I reckon that'll wrap us up for questions. So I don't know how soon this season's going to get done. Some people say maybe tomorrow we will have a new HPL national champion.
Or repeat.
Or repeat national champion, yeah. Definitely some stories. If you're following the bracket, there is a potential for a rematch in the national championship, actually, between Oregon and Ole Miss. But I'm sure Electric has something different to say about that. He probably thinks it's going to go a different way. But and then obviously on the other one, those Miami Hurricanes, sauce can never be counted out, especially with all the NFL talent on Miami. I'm sure that at least half the first round's probably going to be on the field there in the Fiesta Bowl. So 2 really good semifinal games going on tomorrow. Well, I'm not going to put a date on it actually, but maybe tomorrow. just make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications so you know when we go live, as there are 3 games remaining in the 3rd season, but season 2 of this dynasty. So for Electric, Joker, and Jackson, I'm Hale State signing off from Pasadena.
Hey Pablo, that was a heck of a game, man. That was a lot of fun.